My name is Lindsay. I am an undergraduate student at McMaster University, and I am working as a lab assistant in the Sheardown lab. Um, and today I will be, I'm in chemistry. But today I will be making moon sand with you guys. And the ingredients that you'll need for that is about 1/4 cup of coconut oil, baby oil, or olive oil. If it's coconut oil, it needs to be melted. You will need 2 cups of flour and some food coloring and some dish detergent. So the first step is we're going to add some food coloring into the coconut oil, and we're going to stir it and see what happens. In science, one of the biggest things is making hypotheses. So what a hypothesis is predicting what's going to happen when you mix 2 things together, or when you expect something to happen, but what is it? So when you mix food coloring, which is water liking, if you've ever made icing or anything, they use food coloring because you use water in icing, and therefore it'll mix. But with coconut oil, if you mix them, coconut oil or olive oil, oils in general, do not like water. So when you mix them, you get little tiny bubbles in there, but they don't mix, right? You just get little suspended bubbles. And the reason for that is because one of them it's called hydrophilic, and one of them is hydrophobic, so water liking and water hating. So they don't mix together. But if we add about a tablespoon of dish detergent, this one doesn't have to be exact, just enough to what you'd use in like doing dishes. Then when you stir it, then they start to mix. That's because coconut oil, or oil in general, I guess, and food coloring will mix together with the dish detergent to create an emulsification, which is a fancy way of saying that they are suspended together and they will now interact. There we go. See, now they're mixed together. Now they will combine. And then we're going to take the 2 cups of flour, and we are going to add the colored coconut oil food coloring mixture into the flour. And then we're going to stir it. Once it gets hard to stir with a spoon, I would recommend using your hands. It'll make it a little bit easier. This is not going to be a pretty color because green and flour do not mix well together to make a pretty color. All right, and once you have it kind of mixed, the easiest way to mix it is with your hands. It'll have kind of a dough consistency to start out with. And once it's mixed, then you can mold it into shapes and play with it like that. And you have moon sand, or kinetic sand, right? Because when you squish it, then it falls apart. You can remold it into the shape. Nice fun experiment. It's pretty easy to do and doesn't require any ingredients that most people don't have at home. I will note, though, that canola oil does not work. It does not have the right properties to interact with the flour to make a sticky substance. It'll kind of just make a floury mess. The other name for it is kinetic sand because of the way that it holds together. It has kinetic properties. Kinetic means that the way that it moves is right. It means that it flows. Sorry, I have the big scientist behind me. All right, thank you everybody for watching.